with one friend of mine create this kind of we do our own movies on the free time. So also he pushed me to start to, I gotta do something here. I gotta start to do things my own again. So I started to do short films, and then my brother came.
What kind of short films?
Short films. Well, my first short films were about what's a Sufi stories actually. But I took it back in the States, Sufi is like Nasruddin. I put it on the these days kind of thing. It was 1 minute. These 3 shorts for that.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. And then I did. I started doing documentaries. That was actually my thing. And what happened was I met this Japanese guy that producer took me to. He wanted to do the films, and then I kind of he looks like I'm homeless, but I was patient to him, and then I realized he wanted to do it really, and he had the money to do it. So we came to Argentina, did a documentary in jails, like cultural educations in the jails here, which is a big thing. And then we took the subway every day, and he saw how many, boom.
Now, what was your involvement in the documentary? Were you directing them?
I was directing, producing, everything.
Everything. Mm.
Yeah. Back then my brother he was the editor. I wasn't good at editing that back then. So I started, this guy pushed me, and when 2011 the tsunami came, that was another big jump in my life, which for everybody in Japan, it was big. It was a big thing, the earthquake was big. And the nuclear reactor exploded. The press wouldn't tell anything. We didn't know anything. I first escaped with the car to the south. And then I decided to go to Ishinomaki, which is one of the towns that I got really devastated and destroyed. So I took my camera and I went there and I did a documentary which is called Ishinomaki Rock and Roll City, which is Ishinomaki means actually literally rock and roll. Ishi is stone and Maki is roll. Rolling Stone, rock and roll, and that was the best experience in my 10 years in Japan. I have a incredibly life experience, friends. I met the Japanese people that you never met in Tokyo. I met people from all over the world. I was really scared before. Once I was there, it was the best present. I know it's ironic, but it was the best experience and present that Japan gave me in those 10 years. Besides the disaster, it was an optimistic air. If you see the documentaries, and actually, that documentary took me to places that I never expected in my life, and it was really successful. So, and I decided to go back to Buenos Aires after that, the earthquake. Yeah, it was a big move for me.
So was that like 2011, 2012? It
was 2011. The earthquake was in March. And the end of that year, I was back in Buenos Aires. I thought I did everything in Japan, I was really comfortable. I have so many experience, so many loves, girls, party, everything. All by myself, I could, be somebody who was proud. But, I gotta go on. I gotta try different things, I felt it was the top. It was until here. Japan, it has a top. It has a
ceiling. A ceiling, right?
Yeah, ceiling. That's the expression. Yeah, the ceiling. So I hit the ceiling with the earthquake, literally. No, in a way, the earthquake was it was excuse, but for many people, it moved you literally and internally. So I would say that was a good timing for me to go back. Came back. Yeah.
Well, you had the option of going anywhere. Why move back to Buenos Aires?
I thought about Berlin. Everybody was talking about Berlin. I love America, actually. I love New York. New York will be a dream for me. I really love New York. I like the States. I like the people that the Americans I met. It's like much better than British. I don't. Sorry, no offense. But I felt comfortable. I'm sorry, I felt comfortable. Canadians, Americans, they're easy. I don't know. It was something about I got a lot of friends from the States, real friends, you know. But back then I got my Italian passport, so I thought it made it easier to move to Europe, Berlin. But actually, Buenos Aires, it was back then when anytime I came once a year for 1 month, and I saw the city just change. It's incredible. It's something here. It's energy. It's like art is different. Change. People change. They don't charge you the way you dress, and they're more open. There's more culture, more foreigners. You know, it's more international. So why not? You know, it's the time. And I got a big family too. You know, which is also one thing, but it wasn't the main reason. So, boom, Buenos Aires, back again. Here we go.
Now you're back there?
Back then, and then I did...
What did you do next with your creative, artistic talents?
At the beginning, it was like, fuck, I don't know anybody again. It was like, wow. But it's easier now. I got a story back, on my shoulders, and so I started doing commercials again, acting, modeling, and it was like, boom, right away I got really a lot. So I was, the first 2 years I lived doing, but it was great. One commercial a month, and I could live 3 a year, so I could live the whole year. I was like, boom, great. In Japan, I worked a lot. They didn't pay well. I worked almost every day. But here, it was like, well, it's more chill. Oh, I can chillax now, So I can do my artistic things, get my computer, get my piano back, get my all instruments. I got time, money, and personality now. So and it happens. I got time. That in Japan, it was hard to see, and I got people that come to your house. Actually, that it's more social in Japan. People don't see each other in the place. They go to restaurants or parks or whatever. So it's more intimate here. You can get people to help you, like people that know a lot about editing, about music, and more naturally to get around with people. And also girls were good too. I fell in love quickly, and everything kind of. I got my apartment, which is also a really lucky hit. And everything started to roll well again. And then I create this production company, which is Fukahire Films, which means short film, like my family name in Japanese though. And worked with my brother, and we did a few movies that did well. And I'm still doing projects my own. But no acting anymore.
No acting. No more.
I did a few gigs, when they called me, like special. But no casting, no auditions, no. It's just the acting is not. It was just an excuse to leave, kind of thing.
Now you said you created the. I'm probably going to still with it. Fukahire.
Yeah, I like the way you pronounce it. I will probably tell Fukahire. It's Fukahire.
Fukahire.
Means,
Fukahire.
Yeah, Fukahire.
With your brother Martin?
Martin, yeah.
And
we kind of.
What's his involvement in the film production side of that?
Yeah, well, first he studied. He went to university here, very good one. He's a real actor. I mean, he does theater and stuff. And he knows. So he's kind of more the real. I would say the real connection, but I'm very spontaneous, and I learned doing acting in TV or whatever I did. I learned what not to do, and he learned what to do. So it was a good combination, kind of thing. Plus our background doing films when we were kids help, and then our personalities are not quite. Same sometimes, so we kind of split. But he's doing good, and I'm doing good. So one day I hope we can do something special together. But we can do our own now. We're ready.
Oh, so Fukahire.
Yeah, he helped. Fukahire is
it still exists.
It still exists. We're still together, but we do different projects. We help each other, but we're not co-directing anything right now. Yeah, he got different contacts. I got my own contacts, and then we kind of happy he got to do a good big movie this time, and but it's better that way, but yeah, he still helps. Yeah.
Was he the brother you said that was a good editor?
Yeah, he studied montage, and so he helped me a lot. But when I had to edit it, Shinomaki got this computer that actually came by ship. When I got it, I started to learn Final Cut back then, and I edited my own. I realized that I love editing and just fun. I mean, I used to do Logic with music, so it was. So, and I love editing, and now I cannot give anything to anybody. I'm just addictive to. So I got very good now. Yeah, just I do my own projects. I love to editing, which is hard, takes a long time, but I'm very precise what I want. But I get a lot of help with comments or whatever. But mainly I do the music, the editing. A lot. I do a lot.
Now, with the films you made with your brother, were they documentaries? Or were they? We did,
well, he helped me with mine a little bit, and then we did one in Japan, which called Open Eyes. It's about the suicidals in Japan in the trains, the train suicidal, which is incredibly high the rate. And there's 3 stories. It's a kind of documentary fiction. It has a lot of documentary information. And also, but it's live fiction characters, which is it was very. We did it very quick, very, the casting and everything, and very simple. But the impact was big. It's well written. Well, the thing is crazy. What happened in Japan? From these 3 different characters. One is a lawyer, which have to go to the house to charge to the families. When you suicide on Japan, the government charged the family the loss of the train during that time. So it's millionary. Yeah, it's crazy. You only kill yourself and fuck. Sorry, and fuck your family. No, financially and emotionally, you screw your family.
Yeah, really.
So then another character is the guy who actually is a guy who has to collect the pieces. The body pieces when that happens, so they move around and they have to do it quickly, which is a very strange job. And then the other one is a girl who doesn't know what to do with her life. It's kind of so interesting in a way.
Where'd you come up with the idea to make something like that?
Yeah, I had it in my mind, and when he came to visit, we kind of talk about it, and then we kind of like develop this film. And he's a good writer, so he wrote the, I'll send you the link.
We'll have to put it in the show notes.
Yeah, I did well, actually. Yeah, I would say I did well for the low cost and low production. It was really, it has an impact.
And what did you guys shoot? What kind of stuff did you shoot when you were in Buenos Aires together?
Well, I let me see. What's my first project? Well, actually, it wasn't here. Finally, I got hired to go to Cuba to make a film. I think it was the next one. Yeah. Filming Cuba with a Japanese guy. This guy who used to hire me here. And this, it was a long story. It was like 3 years in a row that I went. Originally, it was a music documentary, but it turned into be like his life in Cuba documentary, kind of a polemic thing, with the prostitution there, and he's got involved with a girl. So it's kind of really, it's a hard documentary. It's strong, and it's coming up. And then what else? I did one with the musicians and artists on the subway, which is incredible here how people live off, good musicians, sellers. I think the subways here are like a circus kind of thing. And so there was a music and culture documentary, Metro Mucho. And that was one of the projects that follow.
Is that one finished?
Yeah, that's finished. Also, sorry, in the middle, when I got back doing the acting thing, I back to music, so I got a rock band
Oh,
Jalea Real, which was with